So, what if I told you that the way we all think about health is, well, it's decades out of date? Today, we're going to hit refresh on that word, removing past just not being sick to get a much clearer, more complete picture of what it really means to be well.
Let's just pause on that for a second. Seriously, when you say you're feeling healthy, what does it actually mean to you? Is it just that you don't have a cold, or is there maybe a little more to it?
For most of us, right, our gut reaction is something like, well, it means not being sick. But that common view, it's not even in the same ballpark as the official and, frankly, much more helpful definition.
Okay, so this is the real deal from the World Health Organization. A couple of things just jump right out. First, those words, complete well-being. Whoa, that's a pretty high bar. But what's really wild is the date this was written, 1948. Can you believe that? This isn't some new age idea. It's been the gold standard for over 75 years.
So if this definition has been around for so long, why are so many of us still operating on that old not sick model? It's like we're all running on ancient software. It's time for an upgrade. We need a better map to help us navigate our own well-being. And guess what? That's exactly what we're going to dive into. Let's unpack a modern framework that takes that big idea of complete well-being and turns it into something you can actually use. A complete map called the 8 Dimensions of Health. 8. Yep, that's the magic number. To really get our heads around complete well-being, we need to look at 8 different but totally connected parts of our lives. Let's kick things off with the one everyone knows. So we start with the one we all think of first, physical health. This is the foundation, the actual condition of your body. It's the obvious stuff, eating nutritious food, getting enough sleep, moving around. But it's also about listening to your body when it needs to rest. Think of it like this. It's the hardware that your entire life runs on. Then there's our emotional health. And this is so much more than just being happy. It's about your ability to understand and manage your whole range of feelings. It's having healthy ways to cope when things get stressful instead of just bottling it all up. It's your resilience. It's how you bounce back when life gets tough. Moving on, we have intellectual health. This is all about keeping your brain engaged and curious. It's about your love of learning new things just for the fun of it, and your creativity. It's that part of you that decides to pick up a new hobby, read a challenging book, or gets completely lost trying to solve a puzzle. Our 4th dimension is social health. Humans are wired for connection, so this one's huge. It's about the strength and the quality of your relationships. We're not just talking about having friends, but about feeling truly seen and supported by your people. That incredible feeling of belonging.
Number 5 is spiritual health. And let's be really clear here. This is not necessarily about religion, though it certainly can be. It's more about your personal sense of purpose, your meaning, and the values that guide your life. It's the why behind everything you do, what gets you out of bed in the morning.
Okay, moving beyond our internal world, there's our environmental health. This basically recognizes that where you are really affects how you are. It's the quality of your immediate surroundings, your home, your city, your access to safe, clean spaces, and how all of that either supports you or detracts from your well-being. Our 7th area is occupational health. Since we spend so much of our lives working, this dimension looks at the fulfillment we get from our job or our main daily activities, whether that's paid work, volunteering, or caregiving. It's all about finding a sense of purpose and balance in what we do all day. And our final dimension is mental health. Now, it's really important to get this distinction. If emotional health is about feeling, and intellectual health is about learning, then mental health is about thinking. It's your cognitive engine, your ability to focus, to process information, and to think clearly. It's the opposite of feeling like you're in a constant brain fog. So here's the crucial point. These 8 dimensions aren't just separate little boxes. They are all deeply interconnected, kind of like a set of dominoes. A problem in one area can very easily start to topple the others. But, and this is the really good news, a positive change in one can help lift all the others up too. Let's see how this actually plays out. We can trace the chain reaction. Imagine you're dealing with some serious work burnout. That's a big hit to your occupational health. That stress leads to constant anxiety, and now your emotional health is suffering. The anxiety keeps you up at night, so your physical health gets wrecked. And the result of all that? You can't think straight, and that's a huge blow to your mental health. It's a total cascade. All right, let's make this even more concrete with a quick case study just to see how this whole framework helps in the real world. So this is Mr. Kumar. His doctor diagnoses him with type 2 diabetes, a clear physical health issue. But if that's all we look at, we are missing the real story. His super high-stress job is impacting his occupational health, which leads to anxiety that affects his emotional health.
And all those long sedentary hours at his desk are a direct contributor to his physical condition. You see, by looking at the whole picture, we can start to see the root causes, not just the final symptom. Now let's bring all this back to you. This isn't just some abstract model for doctors. It's a powerful toolkit for your own self-awareness and your own well-being.
I want you to think of these 8 dimensions as your personal health dashboard. Take a moment, just quickly scan through them. You don't need to do a deep analysis. Just get a gut feeling. Where are you thriving? And which areas might need just a little bit more of your attention?
And that leads us to the final and I think the most important question. Looking at this complete map of your well-being, which single area, if you decided to nurture it just a little bit, could create the biggest positive domino effect in your life? Now that is something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.